All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back here for another recap video. This one again, I'm going to keep this one nice and short and sweet. It is getting late. But we did have a couple gappers this morning, CNXA and GHSI, and then toward mid-morning around 10 o'clock, we had MINM pop up and make a nice, beautiful move, and I was able to make 820 bucks in about 1 to 2 hours trading, which is insane. Again, 800 before this week, my previous best day was about $740, and that was like a year and a half ago. And so far this week, I've been doing very well, beating my previous records, which is nice. It's definitely a sign that I'm moving in the right direction. And my experience is starting to kind of show itself. My confidence is starting to, get a little better. And but always got to stay humble, man. You always got to stay humble because every trader knows that just as fast as you can make the money, you can lose it even faster. We've all been in that situation where you make a decent chunk of money, and then before you know it, in a blink of an eye, you give it back and even more. So it's very important that when you're on good solid streaks, that you keep a level head. You don't want to get overconfident. You don't want to get arrogant, thinking that every single trade is going to be a big winner. You don't want to hold on to your losers. You don't want to force a winner. You don't want to get so confident in your trading or so confident in the setup that it has to go your way, that the trade has to go your way. And if you get into that mindset, thinking that that trade specifically, you're so confident in it that it has to work out, and it starts to not work out, it starts to go against you, that's where you can make some big mistakes. So it's very important, even when you're on a hot streak, to maintain your cool, calm, collected, be humble. You can't be arrogant, you can't be overconfident in the market, because the market will be there to beat your ass if you step out of line. You got to stay so disciplined when it comes to maintaining a solid streak in the market. And that's why it's so tough, because sometimes you start having some great days and it can really get to your head. And that's where you can, really start to mess up. So it's very important that we stay calm, cool, and collected, stay humble, stay disciplined, and not get too far ahead of ourselves or get out of line here. We can't get emotionally out of line. So very decent day. We can go over CNXA, which was the main one I was watching into the open. I liked this one. Well, I didn't like the price range. I do not really like to trade anything below 50 cents. If it doesn't have a chance to go to $1, I usually don't trade it. But this is all we had coming into the open, so I kind of had to make it work. And I was able to have some decent profits on it. I was churning a lot of shares on it, and I was churning a lot of shares. Look at this. Lots and lots of shares here on CNXA. You can't even see the chart. But at the open, he had a nice opening push here. I was able to get some profits, but I was waiting for a bigger pullback. I was waiting for a pullback for an entry. I didn't want to take the extended entry on the opening push, because sometimes when you're buying high in the opening push, it can get pretty disastrous, because the opening range is so volatile. And if you buy high at the wrong time on the opening range, you can catch a big flush, and you're going to be selling where you should be buying. So that's why I was really waiting for a bigger dip here in the opening push, but we never really got it. And then we held high on this range. This range here, we held so high that I was like waiting for a bigger 5-minute dip, and we never got it. So we got the opening push, and then we held high here. I was looking really for a dip, like something like this. Maybe a push down to here and then a move up. That's what I was waiting for, like this entry down here. But we were kind of just arcing here and kind of just holding high, which is quite tough, because if you bought this breakout here, you get flushed on. And there's it's really hard to time that breakout. But when we finally did get that breakout, we had a very nice push, and I had a decent trade through the highs here, but I missed this leg all the way up to 65. And then I tried to get on this pullback here. I did make a little bit here on this pullback. So this candle here dipped 1 minute low, and then I saw some buying coming in, and then it started to form a bottom and tail, reclaiming the previous low of the candle. So I bought in a starter here and adding in to the push. Didn't really push as high as I wanted it to, but I was able to get some profits on that. And then this area, I didn't trade this because that's when MINM started pushing. So I pivoted over to MINM. For GHSI, I had a trade right here, but it didn't really work out. I tried catching this breakout for the break of 1060 and pretty much stopped out there for break even. But what was that other one? MINM was the beauty for today. It was the beauty, but I made one mistake, and I really could have done better. It could have been definitely over a 1K day today. It could have been likely a $1,500 day today, and it really could have been a 2K day today. It really could have been a 2K day if I followed my sizing strategy, but I didn't. I was a little bit nervous on MINM. I was a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, because there was no sign of strength yet. Because pre-market, it was so choppy. It had a very small gap. It didn't really show that it was strong. And when it was popping up here, I didn't really think it was strong yet either, because the volume wasn't, well, the volume was okay, but just because we didn't have that previous, price action history, I thought this just wouldn't be that good. But then once we started breaking out, I caught a nice breakout here, but I was trading like 100 shares. I was just getting my feelers on. The problem was this candle here, this was the signal. We dipped down here, and other stocks that are weak, like GHSI, when you make a breakout like this, it's going to dump all the way down and just flush. We've seen it so many times, just like GHSI today. But we dipped down, we were about to flush. It was like the shorts were like all ready to pounce on this thing. And then it pops back up on some decent volume. I'm like, all right, there's buyers on this. And that's when I should have started pushing minimum 500 to 1K shares. Minimum 1K shares. But I was trading 100 to 200 shares on this. And I had some amazing trades. Like we're talking 10 cent, 15 cent winners on 100 shares. I shouldn't be trading in 100 shares when I have a profitable strategy and I know that this has buyers on it and this is making a decent move. But I was trading 100 to 200 shares in this area. Let's minimize that here. Let's get out my handy dandy drawing tool here. But in this area, this is when I started trading it. So all in this area, I was trading 1 to 200 shares. In this area, I was trading about 300 to 500 shares. And then finally, at the high of day, I'm trading 1,000 shares. Literally at the worst time you should be trading big size, I'm trading big size. It took me literally a $3 move for me to get that confidence to trade 1,000 shares, which I really should have been doing that from this original breakout candle that I got. And if I would have done that, and I would have been just doing 1,000 shares this whole leg, I could be up 2K. I could totally be up 2K today. But I don't know why the fear kind of got to me on this one. Here we had a very nice, I was trading, most of my profits were in the range, believe it or not. Most of my profits were actually in the range of the flags here. The continuation, I got some decent continuation trades, but most of the profits were buying the dip on the consolidation, which is strange because usually I do best on the front side. But today I was really sizing in on these dips on the low of these candles and just catching a quick 5 or 10 cent pop, quick 5 or 10 cent pop, quick 5 or 10 cent pop. And then in here, I had a really nice trade in here, 1,500 shares off the lows and selling, back towards like $5. And then again here as well, I had a nice pop here, but I did miss time this breakout. I tried to get back in for the breakout, but I missed it. mistimed that. I had a nice trade in here on off these lows. Like I was doing really well off the lows today. Very well off the lows on the consolidations. One thing I could have done better was definitely recognize earlier that this was a stock in play and size up, you know, put my money where my mouth is. And usually most of the time, once you take that first trade on 1,000 shares and jumping from, let's say, 200 shares to 1,000 shares, that first trade that you take on 1,000 shares just to break the ice, after that it's easy. After that it's easy. But it's just breaking that ice on that first trade that's tough mentally. So, you know, if I can just get to that place faster on a stock like this, it could have been a much better day. But, you know, I can't complain. Definitely the best day I've had, you know, year to date, minus 2 days ago when I had my first $1,000 day. But, you know, I can't complain about the profits that I had today. And it's definitely a learning experience every single day. Every single day there's something I can do better. And I want to pull that out of the markets so I can improve and so I can inevitably get to higher levels of trading that I'm capable of. So another thing I could have done better, let's see here. I know I lacked a lot on the, let's see. No, I guess I did okay on the breakouts. I was going to say the breakouts, but I missed this leg. It was kind of like a delayed push because I got the break of 60 or break of 58, and then I bought the pullback and then sold at 68. And then you got that like random pop up to $5 that I missed. So that was kind of hard to time because it was kind of random. But I did start to get back as well on the backside. I was trying to buy these dips down here off the low of the candle, trying to time a dip. And I was literally trying to time the dip all the way down to the VWAP, and then I stopped trading here after I gave back. I only gave back like 20 or 40 bucks or so off the top. My high of day was about 870, 880, maybe 890. So off the highs, you know, gave back maybe about 50 or 60 bucks off the high, which isn't too bad, you know, as long as I'm holding on to the majority of my profits, that's what's important. But I did have 425 orders today. So the limit is 390 orders per day on a weekly basis. So I did break that 390 orders today. I do want to make sure that I'm maintaining under 390 orders a day, or what is it, 1,950 orders a week. So I calculated my orders on the week, and I know that I do have about 900 orders left for 2 days. So that gives me about plenty of orders for the next 2 days. But yeah, the limit is for those of you asking is 390 orders on average per day, and you can't exceed, I think it's, let me do my calculator again. So 390 times 5. Yeah, 1,950 orders per week. So pretty much you can't break 1,950 orders a week, or else TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab Charles Schwab will send you a message saying that you need to stop trading so much because I guess they're losing money. So the limit's 1,950 orders, which is plenty of orders to make, you know, a decent gain in the markets. You don't really need to be trading that much more anyways. It's rare that I do trade past 390 orders. Usually I don't even get halfway to 390 orders. But on today's case, I was doing a lot of scalping, especially on CNXA. I was doing a lot of churning on CNXA. I traded a lot of shares and getting in and outs. So usually it's not like this, but today was a little bit of an anomaly. But that's it. I'm not going to go through the trading archive. I still need to review it. And there's really not any, as far as my trades, there's not really one trade that kind of made my day. I think my biggest winner was like only $100 today. I can look through here my statistics, but I'm not going to show the live recording because there wasn't really one trade. And for me to kind of sit through and have you guys watch my recording, like this is going to be another 30 or 40 minute video. So I would rather save that for a day where there's a clear trade or a clear few trades that really made my day. but we can just at least look at the stats for you guys. So yeah, my biggest winner today was only $111. My largest loss was $40, so very good risk reward today. Like I said, my sizing can improve a little bit. I want to improve that, but still a lot higher than I was doing last year. Last year I was like under 1,000. I was like around, yeah, I was half of this last year. So it's good that I'm keeping that up. Good risk reward, about almost 2 to 1, a little bit less than 2 to 1 risk reward. And my accuracy right on point, 57%. That's my sweet spot. And a good profit margin, 58%. But yeah, no solid one trade that kind of made my day. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. And again, trading is risky. Most people do lose money. My results are not typical, and there's no guarantee that you'll have similar results by following my videos. Also, be wary of scammers and impersonators. I will never ask for money or personal information. There have been reports of fake Triad trading accounts trying to scam subscribers and viewers, trying to get you guys to send money. So do not do that. That is not me. So be wary of that. And again, all information is for educational and entertainment purposes only, and I'm not a licensed professional. So take everything that I say with a grain of salt, and make sure you do your own research and you study up. Practice in a simulator if you're just beginning. Don't put money on the line that you're not willing to lose, because trading is risky. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the pre-market pump, and take it easy. Peace.